Welcome to Tokyo, Japan, the safest city in the world. Here you won't get robbed, mugged, or anything. In fact, the crime rate is so low, it's like criminals don't even exist. Almost like they're being erased or something. Police have so little work to do, they get bored with the amount of free time they have on their hands. Whatever it is you've been too scared to do on the streets before, you can do it now without any problems. So long as it's legal, that is. If you want a perfectly safe place to live with no problems whatsoever, this is the place to be. Most of our citizens don't even know what a real gun looks like. And as for the ones that do, well, they get stopped, dropped, rolled, and folded faster than dirty bed sheets. We don't know where they end up, but at least they're not here, right? It's because we killed them. But don't worry about that. Enjoy your stay. Lycoris Recoil. If you ever wanted the ideal girls with guns anime, this is it. In this world, Tokyo, Japan is seen as the #1 safest civilization on Earth. Crime is just about non-existent here, because every time somebody thinks about picking pockets, they end up getting their brain picked instead. But the police aren't the ones who do this, because with them standing around every corner, people would be too afraid to go anywhere. So this civilization decided to establish a secret force of assassins to handle these situations the moment they arise. But they needed members. People who could be secretive and cheerful while still racking up kills like nobody's business literally right behind your back. A master in disguise, an expert in nearly every craft, an absolute unit. Then finally someone said it. Fake high school teenage females.
Dude, who hired you?
There's nothing quite like living in a city where 3,000 people go missing every year. All put 6 feet under by an assassination organization with troops that still wonder what Jonathan meant when he said he had something to tell me behind the school at 3 p.m. The white peace is maintained throughout the city is with agents disguised as high school girls, cause why not, whose job it is to instantly annihilate anyone with a remote chance of being deemed a threat because who knows, using the guns in their fake school bags that nobody checks because who cares. Chisato is an employee at a coffee shop. She delivers coffee materials to people, plays games with the local town children, and occasionally picks up her job as a hitman who could dodge bullets. So all in all, she lives a pretty average life, I think. She becomes friends with the problem child, and now the two fight crime. As a side hustle, obviously, because the shop ain't gonna run itself. But let's take a step back from the boys versus girls game here for a second. Forget about the coffee shop and just admire the anime's actual quality here. I mean, this thing looks stunning. I would even go so far as to say I am flabbergasted. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. I would even go so... Dang, I can't stop, I can't. It's not even like it's that funny. I would even go so far as to say I am flabbergasted. The base art style for this anime is already really good, let's be real. But when this anime wants a certain look, yeah, it'll get that certain look. The characters and overall dynamic is actually pretty on point. Then on top of that, every track sounds fresh out of Blue Archive, which is always a positive. I mean, this anime is great in literally every single way. Okay, yeah, there's actually a little something I gotta talk about. The story. It's alright, but compared to everything else, it just kinda drops the ball. Like right where it's standing. It's not the worst thing in the world by any means. Just the missing information kinda kills the immersion sometimes. Like, for instance, we know Chisato has the ability to dodge bullets. We also know how she does it, but what we don't know is how she even got that ability in the first place. Meanwhile, we get an in-depth explanation on how she's been winning rock, paper, scissors. Granted, this is usually the case with anime adaptations anyway, and is especially evident in those with just 13 episodes. But with an anime that does so well in every other aspect, it's pretty sad seeing just how close this anime came to being the first one I could recommend, with a woman getting stuffed into a body bag and thrown into the back of a van in good faith. That said, the story isn't the worst thing in the world, like I said earlier. The way Lycoris Recoil handles peace and taking it for granted, in my opinion, is one of the best ways I've seen. Instead of the climax being a battle between good and bad, or interior versus exterior, it's actually a fight between peacekeepers, peacekeepers, and peace unkeepers, to put simply. Peace unkeepers give power to the peace kept, causing the peacekeepers to kill the peace kept to keep the peace, causing the peacekeepers to look like the unkeepers and the unkeepers to look like the keepers in the face of the kept. This intricate overarching story is what I'm talking about. So much happens. High intensity gunfights, widespread technology hacking, and look, this one guy even gets shot in broad daylight. Oh, they played it off as a joke. And everybody believed them. Well, this is just another story hole, nothing to worry about. We'll just sweep this one beneath the rug, cause you know, out of sight, out of mind. Watching Lycoris Recoil, you start realizing it's what the detective is already dead should have been. not dead. So in other words, better. But seriously, it does feel like this anime took so many of the better aspects from that one to mesh them together to make a full story out of it. The crazy situations, the close character dynamics, and this save point. On the surface, this anime may seem like that time I got reincarnated as an overpowered high school gun girl that could dodge bullets even though I'm only level 1. But at its core, it's just a heartfelt anime about killing people with assassins disguised as young, teenage females.
Who let you back in?
Alright, that's all, I'm off.